The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, hello and welcome back to Turn 3 Racing Network on yet another fine Sunday morning. As always, US IndyCar League, presented by StickQuik Organizers and Fasteners. Ready to get things started and underway for race number 2 here in season number 5. These drivers gonna tackle the 1.5 mile oval track here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. So look for some crazy slipstream action. Draft is going to be utilized tremendously. Gonna have to watch the arrow push though through the center off the corner exit. These Dallara IR-19s are known to get a pretty heavy push when they are in the dirty air, in the wake behind the driver just in front of them. With only about 3 minutes left here in happy hour, looks like Todd Labrani, the newcomer in the 2 machine, sitting on top of the board. Seasoned veteran Robert Mitchell, second fastest here in happy hour, and Ben Wallace in his 99 is third on the board as of right now. But that's going to lead us into, well, our point standings after just one race this season. So there you go. There you see how it shakes out. Ryan Bowles with the win last week at Kansas. So he is sitting on top of that leaderboard. Graham Bunyan, there you see him, seasoned veteran as well. Graham, unfortunately, not going to be at the track today. That's going to allow some of these drivers to jump on Graham, try to put him behind the 8 ball a little bit, as we've got this race and one more, and then we're going to head off to our first Triple Crown race. That is going to be an interesting race within itself. Win all 3 Triple Crowns and you find yourself gaining some points there at the end of the season. Do have to win all 3 though. But another twist to that Triple Crown chase all 3 of those races are open setup races, so you're going to have the crew chief on top of the box working the wrenches the way that they're supposed to. And it looks like we've only got a few drivers out on track, so we're going to see if we can't ride around here for, like, I don't know, it's about the last minute or so. Let's go jump on board with last week's race winner, the 25 of Ryan Bowles. And if you're looking down at the steering wheel there inside the cockpit here with Bowles, you'll notice that that 6th gear is not being used. He's keeping it in 5th and just whining it out. Just all over the chip there on entry to 3, but there you see him right in the middle of the track, not really down there on the bottom. Kentucky has been known to utilize the high line a little bit more than other tracks. There you see him very high on entry and just arcing to that 2nd lane. And when these drivers get a push and you're already only utilizing half of the track surface, that could spell a little bit of disaster for some drivers out there hitting the wall. No fast repairs this season in the U.S. IndyCar League here on iRacing.com, so gonna have to be extra careful out there. And well, there you see it, the countdown to green just upon us. We'll get set to go into qualifying, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just about 30 seconds or so, maybe a little bit less. And thanks for staying with us. There you had it, the top bottom, so you weren't missing any of the action. Right now, riding with the 10 of Mike West as he is out making his first attempts at a qualifying lap, trying to put himself on top of the board for that provisional pole. We have just a little bit over 3.5 minutes left for these drivers to put down their qualifying laps. Doesn't look like anybody's put down a lap quite just yet. And as I say that, looks like Mike West is actually going to be shutting her down. So we'll jump on board now with the 13 of Howard Livingston as he is making his qualifying run. Qualifying going a little bit of something like this right now. The 07 of David Zielinski up on top of the board. He gets knocked off by the 24. Rick Kelball back to the top. Howard Livingston in second. Third goes that 306 of Will Stearns. David Stride out there just beginning his laps. The naked clown Jason Lowe in the 004 beginning his out laps as well. We'll jump on board with that 004 of Jason Lowe as he crossed the line for the first time that time by. We'll see if he has what it takes to go up there and steal the pole position here, now working with about 2.5 minutes left before we know who's going to be leading the field to start this race. The Kentucky 160 here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, live on Turn 3 Racing Network. and low, crossing the line for the second time. Only 11th on his first time lap. Can he improve? Where's he going to go up to? Looks like all the way up to 4th, but no further. Trying to look and see if we can jump on board with last week's race winner here. That's the 25 of Ryan Bowles, your leader in the point standing so far here in season number 5, crossing the line for the second time. Can he put that thing on top of the board? Where's he going to go to? Yes, he does. Back to the top once again, Ryan Bowles. So one heck of a job out there by Ryan. Looks like Robert Mitchell is shutting his laps down as well. And, well, that does it. That is your qualifying order there. You see it to the left-hand side. And, well, since we all know how that's going to shake out, let's see if we can't sneak in a real quick word with your pole sitter of Ryan Bowles. Let's see if we can't reach out to him anywhere. Not sure if he's here today or not, as far as on the comms. So, hey, and what do you know? We did find him. So we'll get in a quick word here with the driver of that 25 machine, Ryan Bowles. You got a copy?
I do. Hey, Dave.
Hey, bud. Good job, top of the board in qualifying. You're going to lead the field to the green flag. Got to feel good after winning last week to come out here and put yourself on top of the boards in qualifying.
Yeah, it was a good run. I'm a little surprised it was that much better, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's good to pick up where I left off last week.
All right, bud. Well, before we let you go and climb back in the car, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that to anybody out there watching?
Yeah, thank Robert for, week 2. Let's keep it going. Feel bad for Graham not being able to be here, so let's have a good race.
All right, there you have it. That was your pole sitter, the driver of the 25 machine. Ryan Bowles going to lead the field to the green flag here today at Kentucky Motor Speedway. And, well, let's go through your qualifying order. Your starting grid for today's race, presented to you by StickQuik. Pole position, the driver of the 25, Ryan Bowles, followed by the 48 of David Stride. Row number 2, the 24 of Rick Kelball, and the 31 of Robert Mitchell. Row number 3, the 64 of Rick Lovison, and the 2 of Todd Labronte. Row number 4, the 004 of Jason Lowe, and the 13 of Howard Livingston. Row number 5, the 99 of Ben Wallace, and the 07 of David Zaleski. Row number 6, the 19 of Chad Pierce, and the 6 of Jeff Murray. Row number 7, the 306 of Will Stearns, and the 10 of Mike West. And that is going to do it for your starting order. Cars are rolling off of pit road. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You won't miss any of the action here when we go green flag racing on Turn 3 Racing Network.
We're almost out of fuel. You'll have to come in for a splash. 3, 2, 1, now. All clear. Punch it. Great job. You did really well.
And as promised, not missing any of the racing action. We have not went green yet, but we're about to get it started here on Turn 3 Racing Network. The 25 of Ryan Bowles gonna bring the field to the green flag. Pace car is off, and we're green flag racing here from Kentucky Motor Speedway. Your race leader, Ryan Bowles, off to a big jump. Big start by him. He's going to have no problems setting sail on the field. Looks like the battle is between second, third, fourth. Got a gaggle of cars back there around fifth and sixth. Rick Lovison trying to come up through the field. Still green flag racing, focusing now on the third place machine of Rick Kelball. He finds himself almost a second behind your race leader, Ryan Bowles, already. Now David Stride, the 48, coming back up to the gearbox of the 25, looking for that slipstream down into turn 3 and 4. Not going to do anything with it. They're going to stay lined up right behind them. Now the 24 of Rick Kelball starting to inch his way back into the picture. A little bit back further through the field, 8th and 9th position. Now hotly contested between Jason Lowe and Howard Livingston. Ben Wallace right there as well with a great start to today's race. But we've got a battle for the lead. Can Stride get the job done on the inside, pulling side by side to the line? Stride's going to lead the lap. Put him to the top of the board. Now has the preferred position going into 1 and 2. Making the pass look fairly easy coming out of 2, but a great run off the corner exit is Bowles. Looks to the inside into 3. Looks like we have a battle that we're going to see throughout today's race. These two drivers right here, Ryan Bowles, David Stride, putting on a heck of a show already very early in today's race. And look at that, Todd Lebrani. Where did he come from? As he's been able to get by Rick Kelball. Kelball has fallen all the way back to the 5th position. Still very, and for some reason, I don't know why it likes that camera. I really don't prefer that camera. So we're just going to get away from that one. Sorry about that, folks. And Robert Mitchell also getting by Kelball. So Kelball maybe just not liking where he was at, what was going on, and deciding to back out just a little bit. Maybe fuel mileage already coming into his mind, into play, as Ryan Bowles is now under fire from the 2 of Todd Lebrani. Robert Mitchell sitting in 4th, Ben Wallace in 5th, Kelball back to 6th, Lowe in 7th, Lovison in 8th, Livingston in 9th, and Mike West will round out your top 10. Gonna focus just a little bit further back through the field right here at this gentleman driving the 99 machine, Ben Wallace. I tell you what, let's go to our turn 3 onboard cam. Here you are riding just above the head of Ben Wallace as he is trying to make the pass on the inside on Robert Mitchell. He's able to do so, put Mitchell back to 5th. Wallace moves to 4th and closing in for that 3rd, 2nd, and 1st position. We continue to race under green flag conditions. 10 laps in the book, 106 still to go, and Ben Wallace making another move to the inside. We would like to give a shout out and thank you to the crew of the 99 for allowing us to put our turn 3 onboard cameras out there with Ben as he runs today's race, the Kentucky 160, presented by StickQuik here on Turn 3 Racing Network. starting to work lap number 12 here today, and we've already seen great battles, but this battle right here for that second position. Oh, big move there by Wallace to look to the outside. He's going to force his way in. It looked like not going to be there. He's going to give up some ground now to Mitchell. I was going to say this second position is the one that's being the most fought over. You've got your pole sitter, Bowles, right there. Lebrani's getting stuck behind him now. Great move by Wallace to pin him behind Bowles as he's looking to the inside now. Now as Wallace trying to inch his way by Bowles for a second, that's going to put Robert Mitchell to the inside. He's going to make his way around the two of Lebrani. Now can he make his way by the 25? Bowles is hanging on to the back of Wallace very, very closely. Going to take a look off of the gearbox here of the 99, looking back at the hard-charging Ryan Bowles and Robert Mitchell. Todd Lebrani falling back to 5th, and Rick Kelball has now fell from outside of the top 2 all the way back to the 7th position. A lot of great racing action all over the racetrack as it looks like Mike West trying to make a pass back here on Jeff Murray. Murray on the inside. Oh, getting close there on exit. That could have ended bad as Mike West trying to get back by Murray on the outside. Looks like he's going to have it going into 3, but can he keep it off corner exit? No. Murray now going to charge back to take that 10th and final position. Jumping back up front, this battle hasn't went away just yet. Todd Lebrani, Ryan Bowles, that is for 3rd position, as it looks like we're going to start to see Ben Wallace in that 99 creep up there. You see it just off in the foreground. Now going to stay and stick with this battle as Wallace has slowly but surely chipped away at the race leader. Has closed that gap from almost a second all the way down to, well, there you see it. Close quarters right there coming through the front stretch, almost touching. These two IndyCar drivers laying it all out on the line, close on corner exit. Wallace on the inside, Stride on the outside. Still side by side through 3 and 4. Nobody's got the spot just yet as Wallace creeping up just like, oh, they do touch. You seen the tire jump just a little bit right there. Everything seems to be okay. Stride now. Stride may be hurt. We'll try to take a look, see if we can see anything on the suspension, the left front right here of David Stride does seem to be okay. Looks like the wing is okay as well. Another one of our great camera shots here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Hats off and thank you to all the guys and gals behind the scenes that allow this to be such a great job to do. Shout out to all the drivers out there on track providing this great racing action for you. But Ben Wallace has now stepped away from the man on screen. He is now out to an 0.8 of a second lead. Ryan Bowles behind David Stride about the same distance, but it looks like he has got his hands full with Mitchell and Lebrani. Lebrani utilizing the outside lane, now cutting just across the nose of Mitchell, trying to take the inside lane to take over the 3rd position from the 25 of Ryan Bowles. So Bowles has found himself in a swarm right now as Robert Mitchell kind of backs up, takes a breather. Still sitting comfortably inside of your top 5. Just behind him, the 004, the Naked Clown himself. And, well, for those of you who don't know, now you know. This is why I call him the Naked Clown. Well, He's got a naked clown on the car. So there it is. That's why I call him the naked clown. And yeah, because sometimes you just got to have fun up here. Closest battle on track is now between this man and your pole sitter, Rick Kelball, looking to the inside, trying to put Ryan Bowles another position back, as Bowles has fell from glory, started this race in the top spot, has fell all the way back to the 6th position. Rick Kelball started inside the top 5 and has found himself back in the 8th position. So we've got drivers moving to the front and drivers moving to the rear, but this man right here, we're going to give you a little bit of in-race info on him. There you see it. Started back in the 9th position and is currently your race leader. Gonna take a look now at some of the stats for a few more drivers. David Stride, there you see, started in 2nd. Well, he's in 2nd, so I guess going nowhere is better than going backwards, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, the 2 of Todd Lebrani started in 6th, has made his way up to 3rd. He's got his hands full with that 31 machine of Robert Mitchell. Started 4th, running 4th, was 3rd a few times, but now battling for that 4th spot in the final man inside the top 5. There you see him, Jason Lowe in the 004, started 7th up to 5th. So Jason moving in the right direction, as we are going to start to worry and watch pit road, because I believe it is going to be a busy place here in the next handful of laps, probably 4 to 5 laps or so. We should see these drivers begin to hit pit road for the first time here today from Kentucky Motor Speedway. It's the Kentucky 160, presented to you by StickQuik. Robert Mitchell finally being able to get the pass done on the inside. He's going to come around and take over that 3rd position. He's going to take that spot from the 2 of Todd Lebrani, as we're going to take a little bit of a wider shot here from Kentucky Motor Speedway as the field has begun to string itself out just a little bit. Your race leader, the 99 of Ben Wallace, has just stepped away from the field. He is running almost 5 seconds in front of the man in 2nd, David Stride. There you see Stride just in front of Mitchell. Behind Mitchell, you see the 2 of Todd Lebrani. Jason Lowe also right there, rounding out your top 5. Your pole sitter in the 6th position now, the 25 of Ryan Bowles. Jeff Murray sitting just behind him, the 8 of Rick Lovison, also just knocking on the door of the top 10, now inside of the top 10. As we are still green flag racing here from Kentucky Motor Speedway, lap 34 out of 115 for your scheduled race distance. That is 168 miles. And, you know, we've seen pit stops begin. There goes David Stride. Is he trying an undercut as nobody else hitting pit road that time by? So could he be looking to catch a little bit of an undercut, a little bit of a jump on the field by coming to pit road a few extra laps early? This will, however, give us a good look at what the pit delta is going to look like here for today to see if drivers can or can't hit those undercuts or run the stints long as Ryan Bowles in the 25 hits pit road as well. We are watching the second place runner, the 31 of Robert Mitchell, now going to switch back up to your race leader, Ben Wallace, putting a hurting on the field here early. Just a little bit over halfway in, well, halfway to go. I said that all wrong. Stop, rewind. Okay, we're going to hit the button again here in just a second. Your race leader, Ben Wallace, just laying it down. Almost 20 laps in the books for him as we approach the halfway point. These drivers going to have to pit at least one more time for those that already have pit. Looks like Jason Lowe, David Stride, Ryan Bowles all been to pit road. The two of Todd Lebrani now heading down pit road. Your top 10 still yet to pit, and that's going to put just your top 10 on the lead lap still, but inching closer and closer to the rear gearbox of the 19 of Chad Pierce is the man on screen, your race leader, the 99 of Ben Wallace, as Wallace was a little close there to the wall on exit. I see something that I'm not liking. I'm going to have to figure that out before this evening. So, sorry, squirrel. Yeah, that's how that goes. As your race leader, going to hit pit road this time by. Will Robert Mitchell follow suit? No, he doesn't. He's going to stay out there and run another lap or two. Ben Wallace on pit road, Rick Lovison on pit road, Will Stearns on pit road. Now your race leader, Robert Mitchell, going to hit pit road. Looks like Rick Kelball's going to hit pit road. Will Mike West hit pit road? No, he doesn't. He stays out. Chad Pierce, what's he going to do? Looks like Chad's staying out as well, so that's going to leave two drivers still out there running right now. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and switch back. We're going to look back here at Ben Wallace as he should reassume the race lead. Robert Mitchell looking to get off the pit road as quick as he can. Down and away he goes, but will it be enough to keep him out in front? No, it's not. There you see Mitchell coming around the apron as Ben Wallace and Todd Lebrani pass him by. The 48 of David Stride right there as well. Battle for what will be your race lead. Ben Wallace making the pass on the 48 of Stride. So Stride able to make up a ton of time with that 6-lap difference on the pit cycle there. So, whoa, big move now by Stride to look to the inside of Wallace. Not going to be able to complete the pass. Not going to be able to get by Todd Lebrani right there. Just behind David Stride. As all the drivers have hit pit road. Things are gonna begin to cycle themselves back out. Timing and scoring will begin to readjust things. Get everybody back in the correct running orders. Battle now for the second spot between David Stride and Todd Lebrani. That 2 machine has been fast since the drop of the green flag, but just not fast enough to overtake that 99 of Ben Wallace, who is starting to click away. Not only the laps led, but also starting to increase the gap between himself in the front nose cone of the 48 of David Stride. And Stride goes way high that time in 1 and 2. That's going to put Lebrani to the inside and around down the back stretch. Now can he make his way up to that 99 of Wallace? We'll wait and see. Very close there, almost into the wall. Keeps it off, keeps it straight. But we've got some troubles and we've got some issues. Looking back after the green flag pit stops, I believe we may have had a penalty had. This man right here was running inside that top 5. Now finds himself the first car 1 lap down. The 31 of Robert Mitchell with some trouble. Had to go back down pit lane. So tough break for that 31 machine. Mitchell and his crew gonna need one of those dreaded and ugly yellow flags to fly to get him back into the game here. Looking around for the closest battle on track, looks like the battle is now between David Stride and Jason Lowe. Todd Lebrani able to get by that 48 and walk away. Now Jason Lowe looking to get by. He's so close. Just not going to be able to pull it off just yet. Ryan Bowles, your pole sitter, sitting in the 5th position. There you see him just waiting in the wings, trying to gain a few positions here and there when he can. We're going to drop down your running order. There you see it to the left of your screen as these drivers continue this great racing action live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the Kentucky 160 presented by StickQuik. Looking through timing and scoring, and as these drivers make their way around this 1.5 mile oval track here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, looks like everybody's staying a little bit closer than they were before. Wallace now only a half a second lead over Lebrani, so not just walking away with it this time. If you remember, Wallace had close to a 6-second race lead when he decided to hit pit road. So giving up a little bit of time, staying out there a little bit longer than the other drivers. Looks like David Stride, he is the one struggling the most out there. That's the man that is in the front of your screen. Has that naked clown of Jason Lowe just behind him, followed by Ryan Bowles, but Stride on the oldest set of tires on track right now. And you've seen when after a few laps Lebrani was able to go to the inside, make the pass, and walk away. Same for Ben Wallace. And we're going to keep our eye on that battle up at the front as it's not going anywhere. Nothing really happening with it. It is still right around the half second mark. And if I'm Robert Mitchell and his crew, I'm a little bit worried now. I'm a little bit worried, and I'm very concerned. I know that sounds probably backwards or awkward, but if we were to go, let's go on to the cockpit here of the 99 of Ben Wallace, your race leader. And there you see, just off in the distance, you're starting to see cars up ahead. That is the 31 of Robert Mitchell. So Robert in a lot of danger of being put a second lap down here as we have surpassed the halfway point. 58 laps left to go here for the Kentucky 160 today on Turn 3 Racing Network. So without a yellow flag, it is going to be a tall task for the driver of the 31 to not only get back on the lead lap, but stay only one lap down. Back through the field, going to head back to a battle that has been raging here. You see the 48 of David Stride trying to keep his machine up in front of the Naked Clown. Jason Lowe still in fourth, looking for that third position. Jason, excuse me. Jason Lowe looking like he's having some issues making the pass. Man, not having any issues making a pass. This gentleman right here on screen, Jeff Murray, has driven up through the field, made the pass the last time by. Went by the 25 of Ryan Bowles. There you see Bowles just off in the distance. And it looks like Murray is on a little bit fresher tires, and he may be, yes he is closing the distance to those two drivers up in front of him, Jason Lowe and David Stride. So the more they battle with each other, the closer that is going to bring Murray to them. And what will Murray do when he gets there? Will he have the momentum? Will he have the room to make the pass, to try the pass, to try to work himself a little further inside of the top five and into a podium position? Nothing really going on up at the front. Your race leader still Ben Wallace, now leading 40 laps of today's scheduled 115 laps here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. That gap has risen to 1.5 seconds. Todd Lebrani has about a 2-second gap over Jason Lowe, who's finally, as we've been watching Jeff Murray close in, Jason Lowe has finally been able to make the pass on David Stride, and he has set sail just a little bit, almost a second. Now separates Lowe from Stride, and Murray looking to gain the spot now, looking to take that fourth position away and then try to go after the Naked Clown just up there in the foreground. We see a car coming off of pit road. I believe that's the 19 of Chad Pierce down there on the apron. And another car with a little bit of trouble. Not sure who that was right there. Maybe that was the 19 that time. I believe that may have been the 306, the previous car. I get mixed up sometimes. Wow. Yeah, that's all you can say sometimes is wow. Still green flag racing, though, here, as close green flag racing now on the front stretch between Murray and Stride, looking to turn one. Murray takes the bottom, Stride running the high line. Who's going to have it coming off of the exit of 2? Looks like Stride's able to maintain down the back stretch. Now Murray back to the inside through 3 and 4. He's going to be able to pull clear. Oh, and Stride trying to keep himself in the spot, trying to keep himself in position. Not going to work out, not going to pay off, as Murray's going to be well and clear this time coming off of turn number 2. But that gives Stride a great slingshot back at him down the back stretch, back to turn 3, and that's brought the 25 of Ryan Bowles back into the mix, as this is your closest battles on track. That is for 4th, 5th, and 6th position between the 6, the 48, and the 25. And ever since getting the pole, the driver of the 25, last week's race winner, Ryan Bowles, has has just had some issues, has fell back through the field, tried to come up and make his way back to the front of the field, just not able to get the job done, not able to get up there, as it looks like it's late in the run, and this man right here has begun to double the distance, increase that gap tremendously. Now the gap a little over 2 seconds, almost 2.5 seconds now, back to the second place runner, Todd Lebrani. And Todd is going to have to keep his eye on the 004 because Lowe is closing the distance between himself and Lebrani. So we may see a battle for the second position before we end up back at green flag pit stops. A little bit of house cleaning while we can. 14 drivers took to the grid for today's race here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, the Kentucky 160 presented by Quick Stick. We still have 13 cars out on the track, 10 cars on the lead lap. The first car being scored 1 lap down to 3:06 of Will Stearns. And we may see these green flag pit stops in the next handful of laps as the drivers are inching closer and closer to that fuel window. 41 laps to go when the leader crosses the line, this time by Ben Wallace, putting another notch on the belt, now leading 52 laps out of the 75 run so far here today at Kentucky Motor Speedway, live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Field beginning to get a little bit stretched out here today, so we haven't brought you this view yet. Let's go up on top of the track. Our aerial coverage for today's race brought to you by Rick Motec Sim Racing Equipment. For all your racing and sim needs, go check them out. They've got everything you can think of. Load cells, they've got actual rigs, just the wheels, just the pedals, shifters, paddles, whatever you need, Rick Motec's got it. Go check them out at rickmotec.com. Looks like we have begun our last green flag pit cycle. The 25 of Ryan Bowles has hit pit road, so he will be the first driver to attempt a massive undercut as he is now being scored as the first car down 1 lap. And let's go up here to this battle here, as Rick Lovison in his 64 is slowly closing in on the 48 of Stride, just off in front of him, and just behind him the 24 of Rick Kelball, trying to make his way back up through the field. Kelball started near the front, ran near the front, and then has dropped towards the rear of the field as Ryan Bowles did as well. So a few comers and goers here today, and we are not done just yet, as we've got a lot of drivers hitting pit road this time. David Stride gonna pull down pit lane for what could be the final pit stop of today's race here for the U.S. IndyCar League drivers. And Rick Lovison now going to bring it to pit road. Looks like Ben Wallace bringing it down pit road as well. Jeff Murray staying out on track. He's going to assume the race lead. And I mean, we haven't had a ton of race leaders today. Looks like maybe 6 or 7. So I guess that's quite a few. About half of the field has led a lap at some point in time through today's race, and I think most of that can be attributed to these green flag pit stops as we have been green flag racing since the drop of the initial green flag here today at Kentucky Motor Speedway. 34 laps left to go. Jeff Murray going to hit pit road this time by. Rick Kelball still out on track. What will Kelball do? He will come down pit road. That's going to put this man right here back to the front of the field, back to the race lead. The 99 of Ben Wallace getting the job done. As soon as he goes by the start-finish line this time, it's going to cycle through, put him back to the top of the board. And, man, what just an absolutely dominating performance out there today by Ben Wallace. Todd Lebrani also having a very, very strong run here today. Jason Lowe in the 004 making a great run as well. But let's see if I did everything properly, and I should, because of, I'm usually just that good. There you see some of the career stats for Ben Wallace. 21 starts, 18 top 10s, 15 top 5s, 3 wins attributed to him. And if all goes well, that number's going to increase here today. That's going to happen because he has got a 3.5 second lead over the driver in the second spot. The 2 of Todd Lebrani giving up some time that time through the green flag pit cycle, so losing some time through the pit stops. Looks like everything was pretty close on time. Lebrani stopped 8.4 seconds, one of the longest stops, and that is why you can. That's why the gap difference. That's why the time difference is so much more as compared to what it was before then. And Ryan Bowles has done an excellent job. He has increased his chances at making it to a podium, as we are starting to click these laps off very, very fast. 29 laps left to go out of the 115 scheduled for the race here today at Kentucky Motor Speedway. And there you see the 31 of Robert Mitchell trying to stay only 1 lap down. Not going to be able to keep that from happening. And he is now going to be the first car being scored 2 laps down. Mitchell with a great beginning, great middle of the race. And things went south after that first green flag pit stop. Mitchell now being relegated to the tail of the field. Last car still running on track in the 13th position. Battle, however, right here for second spot. Jason Lowe in the Naked Clown trying to come up and take the second position away. Can he make it happen? Can he get it done? Down into 3. Side by side now, working their way off of turn 4 back to the line. Who's going to make it there first? Looks like Lowe's going to inch out Lebrani on the outside. Lebrani with a little bit of a moment there in 1 and 2. As he's going to get a good run now back down the backstretch into the slipstream, making the move to the inside. Will the slingshot work? Looks like he's going to just clear, going to keep it down there, make sure. Back to the second spot goes Lebrani, but this battle is not over. And I tell you what, they better watch out. The more they battle here in the closing stages of today's race, that is going to bring Jeff Murray, who has fresher tires, back up into the mix. Murray sitting about 4 seconds behind this battle, so we'll keep an eye on how fast he is closing in as these two drivers, Lowe and Lebrani, continue to go at it lap after lap, swapping the positions over, getting runs, taking the slingshots and crossovers. Looks like Lebrani's a little bit too far behind to utilize the slipstream this time by. Put Lowe into second. And now we've got to think, does Lowe have anything for the 99? As Lebrani's looking back to the inside once again. These drivers may be trying to work together a little bit, do a little bit of leapfrog draft action. The draft works a little bit different in these open wheel Dallara IR18s. It's a little more beneficial to take the run and leapfrog the driver in front of you and then let him run to you back and forth and so on and so forth than it is for the 10 tops. That's right, the 10 tops. The NASCAR style roll cage cars, if you will. You're better off with them staying tucked up behind each other, pushing each other, as opposed to the way that these IndyCar drivers have to utilize the draft and make it work. But with these drivers going side by side, that is letting the 99 of Wallace walk away from the field. He is now up to almost a 4-second lead over the 004 of Jason Lowe, still dealing with the 2 of Todd Lebrani. Your top 5 does look a little something like this. Wallace in first, Lowe in second, Lebrani in third, fourth is Jeff Murray in fifth. Rounding out that top 5, your pole sitter for today's Kentucky 160, presented to you by StickQuik, the 25 of Ryan Bowles. And as this battle starts to slowly sort itself out, Lebrani's slowly giving way to the 004 of Lowe. We're going to keep our eye back here on the battle between Jeff Murray and Ryan Bowles. The 4th and 5th cars have about the same distance as the battle you see right here, so we'll jump back and forth just a little bit, keeping our eye on those two battles. Mike West also battling with Howard Livingston, trying to take away the final spot inside of the top 10. So Mike West working hard out there in his 10 machine, trying to make it into the top 10 and stay in front of Ben Wallace, as Wallace is only about 5 to 6 seconds behind that 10 machine of Mike West. And you know what? Well, not to brag or boast or anything, but we're going to do this, well, to brag and boast. These drivers out here today, there you see your caution information. You've got nothing. Nothing there at all with 16 laps left to go. Here from Kentucky Motor Speedway, we have been green flag since the start of today's race. And that is just a testament of the talent that these U.S. IndyCar League drivers possess. We have seen a lot of very close battles, a lot of positions being 2 and 3 cars going at it over the one spot. But things looking comfortable for your race leader, this man right here on screen and on board with the 99 of Ben Wallace, as he continues to lead this race here from Kentucky Motor Speedway. It's the Kentucky 160, presented by StickQuik here on Turn 3 Racing Network. This is race number 2 for season number 5 for the U.S. IndyCar League on iRacing.com. If you're not on iRacing already, I tell you what, you're missing out. It's the best, the world's leading sim racing platform. Real drivers use it, not only NASCAR drivers, IndyCar drivers. Sage Karam is on here quite often. Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, that's right, F1 drivers on here as well. And I tell you what, from my own experience, it's a lot cheaper to wad one of these things up as opposed to going out and spending a couple $1 million and watching it get blown apart when you slam it off the wall. Just saying. Once again, want to give a shout out to the crew of the 99, Ben Wallace and his guys, allowing us to put a few cameras out there on the car for today's Kentucky 160, presented by StickQuik. And I tell you what, if you haven't checked out StickQuik yet, go on over to StickQuik.com. Check out all their organizers and fasteners. Great concept and ideas. And I honestly am... I'm probably gonna grab a few, just cause I be misplacing stuff like all the time. So I probably need a little organizational help in my life. But anyways, we're gonna leave that one alone, as we have got less than 10 laps now. 8 laps to go here from Kentucky Motor Speedway. Your race leader on screen right now, the 99 of Ben Wallace, has led 82 out of the 115 scheduled here for today's race. Nobody going to be able to take away the most laps led from him. And let's see, gonna look through and see who has the quick time, and it looks like the 2 of Todd Lebrani. He's gonna walk away with the fastest time of the race with a 24.237. Your race leader lapping that time by at a 24.56. So still right there on top of the fastest time, but don't think he's gonna squeeze out 3 or 4 more tenths of a second. With only 6 laps left to go, looks like the field is pretty much sorted out and gonna run where they are, gonna finish where they are, should, well, bar anything crazy happen here, as we've got pretty decent gaps through the cars, through the field. Your top 3 with about 3 seconds in between them each gap. Jeff Murray sitting in 4th, 1.5 seconds behind Todd Lebrani. Ryan Broll, Liberty Bibbity. Ryan Bowles sitting about 2 seconds back in the 5th position. David Stride, a challenger early in this race, led 15 laps, second most laps led out there today, but he has found trouble since and not been able to keep himself up there in the front. He finds himself running in the 6th spot, so trying to work our way to see if we can see any battles, and the only battles I see kind of going on, here you see the 10 of Mike West. He's slowly closing in on David Zaleski. That will be for the 9th and 10th spot. Howard Livingston has been dealt with and done away with by that 10 of Mike West for the final spot inside the top 10. And I'm just not sure if there's going to be enough time for Livingston to make it back to the front, so we'll rejoin your race leaders. We're down to just 2 laps left to go here from Kentucky Motor Speedway. 3 miles left for Ben Wallace and his 99 crew. Can he get the job done? Can he take it to victory lane? He's going to have the 13 of Howard Livingston to deal with just in front of him, trying to stay on the lead lap. And there you have it. White flag is in the air. 1 to go. Presented to you today by StickQuik. That is right. It's the Kentucky 160. Presented by StickQuik down the backstretch for the final time. The 99 of Ben Wallace has got the task at hand. Nothing gonna stop him from putting it in victory lane as Wallace crosses the line for the race win here today in race number 2, season 5 for the U.S. IndyCar League. And man, I tell you what, a special shout out to every single driver out there today, every single driver in this league. Graham's not here with us today, but he would be proud of the great racing action and run shown here on Turn 3 Racing Network. These drivers at U.S. IndyCar League put on one heck of a show. 115 green flag laps, as there you see Wallace beginning to celebrate just a little bit. And we're going to get things set, that's right, for your post-race interviews here on Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to step away as Wallace is burning it down to the ground. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And thanks for rejoining us for the post-race interviews. A little bit of troubles, a little bit of complications. Not going to be able to get to speak to the man on screen. Walking away with third place here today, Todd Labrani. He had a heck of a race, heck of a job out there. There you see the information. Fell all the way back to 12th at one point in time, started in 6th, finished in 3rd, so great race for Labrani to walk away with the spots and positions that he did. Now we're going to see if we can't get a few words in with the driver finishing in the 2nd spot. Let's see if we can't grab a word in or two with Jason Lowe. You got a copy? Sometimes communications don't like to work out, so let's try one more time. Hey, Jason, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Well, hey, man. Didn't get to talk about it much last week, but great job getting that 004 Naked Clown to the podium this week.
Just like to thank the league for the awesome setup we had today. I don't think I've ever driven a fixed car that was this good in traffic as far as how it dealt with the aero push being very predictable. Sorry that Graham couldn't be with us today. I'm not so sure I would be in the place I'm in had he been here. I mean, he's our top dog, and we certainly missed him. He's helping out some sick people at his job, and that's great. But really happy to finish second. I didn't have a good week last week of my own making, but I managed not to step on my own foot this weekend.
Excellent job this weekend, Jason. And before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout outs, special thank yous, anything like that to anybody?
Well, thank you to our league sponsors. Thank you to Robert, all the guys in the league. Appreciate my wife letting me do this, and really enjoy the group of guys we've got. Really appreciate your broadcasting, and just happy and thankful, and try to improve this by one next week, maybe.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see if you can, my man. And good job. Good luck next week, and we'll see you on track.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it. That was the driver of the 004 finishing in the second position here today. And now we will go see if we can't grab in a word or two with the man celebrating the race win. Ben Wallace, you got us?
Yeah, got you. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Not as good as yourself. Enjoying some champagne splashes.
Yeah. It was a good one. We had a little incident doing a little 360 in the pits, but other than that, it was pretty clean.
Well, see, something told me I needed to watch you on pit road. That was the one place I didn't watch you, and the one place you had an issue. You led 90 laps out there today out of the 115. Did you think you had a car that was going to be able to drive up through the field and then dominate the rest of the race like you did?
Yeah, I mean, the setup was pretty good. The car felt pretty planted. We started P9, which wasn't ideal. So after a couple of weeks of bad results, I just needed to run that through straight up to a first position and sit there and just do a little show for myself, just to say, okay, had a couple of bad weeks, but that's finished now. So yeah, just got on with it.
Now, this season is a little bit different than last season. It's being dubbed the King of the Ovals. No road courses involved. With a win now in the books already, what do you like in your chances to walking away as the season champion this year, or is it just too early to really tell?
Yeah, it's probably too early to tell. Last year, or last season, should I say, I should have won a lot more than I did. So I think this year it's focusing on ourselves, making sure we run consistent week after week, making sure we run clean, and then hopefully those results will just fall into place, and then we can see later on in the season what's going on. But yeah, unfortunately, no road courses seems to be where I'm most comfortable. So we'll hopefully next season have some.
All right, and well, I'm gonna get off of the season and today's race for just 1 second with you, Ben. You mentioned about, what was it, 2 weeks or so ago that you were actually in Thailand for a race. What's that about?
Okay, yeah, so not racing, but we were at the Biriam Chang Motor Circuit in Thailand, just doing a little secret LMP1 test for the team I race for. They're coming back to the Le Mans series, so we were doing some top secret testing.
All right, well, that's enough said, I guess. Since it's top secret testing, we won't ask you any questions about it. But man, heck of a job, heck of a race. Led dang near the entire thing, so couldn't end up with a better result. Before we let you go, Ben, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
No, just thanks to all the organisers, our sponsors, StickQuik. It's great to have them on board this season. The organisers, Robert, and all the other admin guys who work hard and put this on each week for us just to come along and have fun. So, no, it's great. And thanks to you up at the booth as well there, Dave. So, see you next week.
All right, well, there you have it. That was your race winner here today, Ben Wallace. And, well, these drivers make my job easy. Green flag from the drop of the green flag here today at Kentucky Motor Speedway. All 168 miles were done under green flag conditions. Heck of a job out there, gentlemen. Great race. Great show. And, well, only thing left for me to do is run down your finishing order for today's Kentucky 160, presented to you by StickQuik Organizers and Fasteners. Walking away with the race win in first place, the 99 of Ben Wallace. In second, the 004 of Jason Lowe. Third position, the 2 of Todd Labrani. Coming home in fourth, the 6 of Jeff Murray. Fifth goes to the 25, your pole sitter, Ryan Bowles. And in sixth, the 48 of David Stride. Seventh position, the 24 of Rick Kilball and Rick Lovison, finishing in eighth. Ninth spot goes to the 07 of David Zaleski. And rounding out your top 10, the 10 of Mike West. 11th position, the 13 of Howard Livingston, followed in 12th by the 306 of Will Starnes. He's being shown and scored the first car 1 lap down. 13th spot after early trouble on pit road. The 31 of Robert Mitchell is going to walk away in 13th. And rounding out your field for today's race, trouble through about the midway point for the driver of the 19, Chad Pierce. Finds himself walking away tail end of the field. He will be scored in the 14th position. Well, that pretty much does it for us here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, live on Turn 3 Racing Network. Once again, want to give a shout out to each and every one of these drivers. Excellent race out there today on track. Shout out to StickQuik. If you haven't already, head on over to stickquick.com. Check out all their organizers and fasteners. Magnetic, so pretty cool stuff right there. Also, shout out to everybody here at Turn 3 Racing Network that helps myself, David Worrell, do such an easy job. Guys with the cameras, guys with everything like that. Appreciate all of you behind the scenes over here at Turn 3 Racing Network. All the fans and friends, family out here watching and enjoying the racing action here on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, click the subscribe, smash the bell on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And, well, with all that said and done, I'm going to shut my mouth and give you a little bit of a Chili Bowl action as we head off. We'll see you next week here on Turn 3.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.